Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. A world without rulers beloved. As the planetary transition draws to its conclusion, human consciences also expand in the same proportions so that everyone may understand that in fact, a cycle closes definitively on planet Earth. Obviously, each consciousness has its own ability to absorb such information, so there are still conflicting and contradicting understandings. But as it has been said here other times, every day the formation of the two timelines is clearly felt, and it will be those timelines that will gather souls, ready or not for the ascension. Each one will follow the group that adjusts to its frequency. In recent years, as consciousness allows itself to be renewed, humans receive guidance, information, and direction commensurate to their capacity for perception and understanding. Only after understanding can you actually understand the changes that occur. Everything is speeding up for the final moments of the planetary transition. There is a plan so well made for the worlds, that the human mind is not yet able to comprehend it. Only a few pretty superficial directions are being made available, and yet, to those consciences that properly open and can absorb such information. But every day, more and more grows the group willing to captain these incredible times for humanity on Earth. Those who have followed up here already have a well-developed chart of the evolution of this transitional process and of final changes. We talk in a simple and objective way, bringing a growing number of information, step by step, so that everyone can enter under their own way. The interpretation does not have to be the same for each consciousness, however, the understanding that each one will have, allows for the best choices and also confidence that the path is being paved by the best paths, and that the end is truly near. Many already view the horizon beyond the flag that separates the two dimensions. All systems known in 3D, will no longer exist in 5D. As was said a few weeks ago, we will not forget the past, for it was the path of our learning, but we need to allow ourselves new, because nothing will be the same again. If the transition takes place over a period of around 3 centuries, and began around 1750, we can understand that we are in fact on the final stretch. The best and most incredible years within the transition, are being experienced by the current generation of incarnations on Earth. You, me, and nearly 8 billion other souls, are privileged to be here and do alongside the planet, the long-awaited transition. Challenges will not be missing, but the reward for experience is nothing that can be greater. We shall carry this legacy to the cosmos. Beyond the infinite universe. You will have your story, forever in the cosmic annals. You can say forever, I was there going back then to the final transition shift. If all the systems will be swapped, one of them will be impactful, the system of government. No system was in the curriculum of this school of soul. All of them were created and developed by humans themselves. After all, the learning here was unlimited and free choice to create, develop, harvest the results of everything, always within duality, polarities, and subjected to just divine justice, within the laws of action and reaction. The government system started already in the early days of human civilization, when humans came out of caves and moved to live in groups or collectives. Originally the idea was to direct and organize the groups and adjust the destiny of each one. However, ego and desire for power, was introduced into human DNA through genetic experiments performed by invasive races, which also had the purpose of controlling and using humans for services to their advantage, since such races were not allowed to incarnate in bodies physicists of the Earth. The current system of government then originated from those long-standing interests. Over time, supported by these extra-physical entities, more and more humans have been prepared with reptilian DNA. Such souls embodied with this profile possess an incessant desire for power, insatiable greed, and are devoid of compassionate emotions. As was said before, take a cold blood. Don't care about the consequences, as long as your goals are achieved. In a way, over the centuries, almost every human possesses traces of reptilian DNA, greater or less. This has in some way been enabled by divine plan, for various reasons, and among them, prepared humans for an ever-growing pursuit of progress, for even those who are not driven to positions of governance or collective responsibility, are committed to achieving success in their endeavors and daily activities. But the head of the government pyramid grew exaggeratedly and demanded an ever more sturdy base. It has created over time, geographical divisions, countries, states, municipalities, conglomerates, organizations, NGOs, unions, courts, forums, municipalities, congresses, secretaries and a paraphernalia of opportunity to house an increasing number of power-thirsty. Each public office created, was also demanding a need for more financial resources raised from those who actually work in the productive system. And this created what's already mentioned here as the slavery law for work and debt. Stay out of the clutches of this act, only those who get out of production functions, and move on to the side of those who benefit from it. And the state became more and more bloated as many saw they could switch sides. Today we have a reality compared to a soap bubble. One little breath and it will explode and cease to exist. Both this system and all others that were created not to serve but to benefit from it will cease to exist in a short time. All system swap will happen within a few years within the known linear time. This is the most important part of planetary transition. As Earth's frequency leaves behind the third dimension vibration, energies will no longer feed the old systems either. Humanity will no longer need to be governed, for each conscience will be autonomous, ID1 and responsible for itself. In the new Earth, cooperation will replace competition, because no one loses so that another wins. Everybody will always win as long as their conscience is pure. That purity is already within every soul. She was hidden by the veils so that each incarnate could experience the polarities within the duality that exists here in the third dimension. By lifting the veils, all truth and innate knowledge will be in the full consciousness of every ascended human being. Obviously, this won't happen to those who have not yet completed their studies in this school. All the worlds from the fifth dimension doesn't need existing systems. Nor are the rulers. Yes, there will be hierarchies such as councils of the elders, where some decision needs to be made, but such decisions will only be for discipline and collective organization. The only consciousness that will be highest in these worlds, is your own government. Everyone knows all the time their competence and responsibility. A new era is upon us, finally. We can clearly see nowadays that governments have become truly disposable. There is no point in continuing with this archaic and bankrupt system, which oppresses more than it contributes. Examples do not need to be given, only observed, for they are everywhere and all the time. The storm is finally leaving now, a time of good adventure is near and the meek and pure in heart shall overcome it. Do it to deserve this new time. It's all up to you, nothing and no one has the power to stop it. I am Vital Frozy and my mission is enlightenment. Namaste.